It's welcome to year 2024. I cannot ask for a better comrade, partner, friend to start the new year with on the mic for you guys. And that is Chef Amrita Raichand. Welcome to Beyond the Plate, the first episode of year 2024. Do you ever imagine when you started 2023 that you'd be on a radio show which will make you start the new year? You have so many more fans, more than the millions you already had. How are you doing?
I'm doing so well. Wish you all a very, very happy new year. And indeed, Rishi, I am truly happy, humbled and elated that we continue with Beyond the Plate in 2024.
Now listen, as always, I will ask you the factual questions because I can trust on you to give me the right information. I mean, there's 365 days fixed in a year. And of course, there's a leap year which has 366 days. The logical question is, how did we get this calendar in the first place? Why is it that we're celebrating a new year on the 1st of January?
Well, for you and the other uninitiated, let me tell you that the calendar which the world follows is the Gregorian calendar, which is a solar dating system which has been named after Pope Gregory the 13th. Now, this Gregorian calendar modified the existing Julian calendar, Rishi, which was named after Julius Caesar.
Julius and Julian.
Yes, and he had introduced his version of the calendar across the ancient Roman Empire in 46 BCE. Now, Julius Caesar instituted January 1st as the first day of the year, partly to honor the month's namesake, Janus, the Roman god of beginnings, whose two faces allowed him to look back into the past and forward into the future. However, because of the miscalculation of dates concerning leap years, which led to various events taking place in the wrong season, mainly Easter, Pope Gregory the 13th introduced a revised calendar in 1582. In addition to solving the issue of leap years, the Gregorian calendar restored January 1st as the start of the new year.
Oh, these Romans and Greeks, I tell you. But listen, now that we've got all that complicated calendar talk out of the way, there's so many different ways people bring in the new year around the world. I mean, there are food traditions, which we're very interested in Beyond the Plate. There are some other exciting traditions, like what do they do in Spain, in Denmark, in Ireland, in Scotland, here in India. So I'd like you to throw some light on that.
You know, everything revolves around bringing good luck and prosperity, believe it or not. You know, whether you're an Indian or anywhere abroad, I think at the end of the year, everyone wants to, look forward to the new year in ways that can bring about that prosperity and, somehow they just hope for a change of luck. So all the food traditions, interestingly, are surrounding that ethos. So, for example, in Spain, the New Year tradition is to eat 12 grapes, one for every strike of the clock until midnight. Now, this is to ensure prosperity. If you can finish these grapes in time, you'll have good luck throughout the coming year. Otherwise, God help you. Also, if the flavor of the grapes turns out to be sour, again, God help you. So they really hope that all these, exactly, that the grapes are sweet. Now in Denmark, people go about smashing plates and crockery against the doors of their neighbors to bring them good luck for the year ahead. Now, all year round, unused plates are saved, and then on 31st December, they are all hurled up at the front doors of friends and family. Now, they say that the more broken china you have in front of your house, the more friends and more good luck you have in the coming year. Interesting,
Wow.
huh? Should I come smashing some plates on the order? Rishi? All right, going to Ireland. They don't stop at smashing plates. In fact, they don't even begin at smashing plates. They go smashing bread at the doors of at their own door.
They have an entire new meaning to the term breaking bread.
Breaking bread.
Normally you break bread with somebody is you share a meal with somebody.
Yes, but here they break bread against walls and doors to chase away bad luck or evil spirits. How cool, huh? Cool and fun and interesting, and also a kind of a revelation of the fact that not just Indians are not superstitious. People are superstitious all around the world. Scotland has a very interesting first footer tradition. I find this quite interesting. Since ancient times, households across Scotland have welcomed strangers through their doors with the aim of bringing good fortune for the year ahead. Now, as such, first footing typically refers to the first person crossing the threshold into a home after midnight on New Year's Day. Now, of course, the first footer is somebody already at home nowadays, because that old tradition, it doesn't hold good. I think people are so scared of strangers walking into the house that I don't think they'll allow it anymore. So now, say if you're in the house, you will send your daughter out, and as soon as the midnight bell goes off, she's going to enter the home with lots of gifts, and the gifts are also very specific. It's bread, salt, lump of coal, and whiskey. These are
of course, man. Scotland is where all the finest single malts and scotch is made.
Absolutely.
Gotta
But
have a
these
bit of that, yeah.
actually represent interesting things which you want the new year to bring in, such as prosperity, food, flavor, warmth, and good cheer. So each of these little gifts that they walk in with represents this. So it's
Now,
beautiful.
New Year really isn't a festive occasion for us, other than the calendar changing entry.
Yes.
It's not a religious or spiritual experience for Indians, but I know that the Romans, when in Rome you had to do certain things. I'd like you to talk about that.
So, the reason why I even want to talk about Romans is to bring about this whole conversation of making resolutions, which not only the world
I
over,
suck at them.
but we Indians
Can never keep.
also believe in. So how did this tradition of creating resolution start? That goes back to medieval times, where Romans offered sacrifices to the Roman god Janus, again, the same god of beginnings. Because of the two faces we spoke about, he symbolically looked backwards into the previous year and ahead into the future. And hence, people made promises of good conduct for the coming year. Now, for early Christians, what happened was the first day of the new year became the traditional occasion for thinking about one's past mistakes and resolving to do and be better in the future. Now, despite the tradition's religious roots, we were talking about resolutions. We don't make promises
it's all
to
about
gods.
willpower, and I really have
Yes.
no willpower as far as food is concerned.
And you're not alone. Americans are like you. Can you believe it? A research says that out of the 45% of Americans who usually make New Year's resolutions, only 8% are successful in achieving their goals.
Okay, I don't feel so lonely anymore. The Ask Amrita section comes at the end of the show. You ask anything about food, types of food, diet, nutrition, festive food, Christmas food, New Year delicacies. She's happy to answer. 9833-943-943, 9833-943-943. Pop the question in there along with your name and you're good to go. Also, the show comes to you in audio form on 94.3 FM, Bombay, Delhi, Chennai, Bengaluru on Mondays, 8:15 in the morning. On Wednesdays, we're on the Radio 1 International YouTube page. There is a recipe of the day that goes on Instagram at 94.3 Radio 1 in India and at Amrita Raichand. A slightly longer version of that is at Chef and Beyond, Amrita's YouTube channel. On that note, there's something extra special you want to say because it's 2024 about our wonderful listeners and they want to interact with you.
Yes, it again boils down to resolutions. I want to help you all start a new tradition. In India, like we have no food traditions, we have no, way of really starting the new year. So how about you start the new year with me? What I want to do is I want you all to focus on health. Knowing that health is wealth. Let's go back to that old saying because I know we will all make resolutions. I don't want you to, make big promises, but I just want you to start becoming conscious and aware of the fact that only if we are healthy, we will ensure that the future generation is healthy as well. So I'm going to be here to help you. What I want you to do is message us on Beyond the Plate and let us know what do you think is going wrong with respect to your day-to-day eating and lifestyle habits. I'm going to try and give you tips to enable you to come back to track and that too without much of an effort. Rishi? Do you
That's
think
lovely.
we can do that for our audience?
You certainly can. You're a superwoman. 9833-943-943, 9833-943-943. Irrespective of which city you are in, you can pop a message and a question or anything you want to discuss with Amrita. Or a theme. We have a theme every week, as you
Yes.
notice. If you can suggest a theme, we're very happy to take that theme up, yeah? In fact, it's got to be a collaborative effort, you and us. Time for the recipe of the week. You're going to do healthy waffles?
Yes.
Can there be something known as healthy and waffles in the same sentence?
Absolutely. And because we are now urging our Radio 1 listeners to become very health conscious, I thought why not give them a great healthy start to the day. So here's how you make healthy waffles. These waffles will be made without any maida, without even whole wheat flour for that matter. Guess the flour that I'm going to make this with. Take a guess. Name just some healthy flours.
I don't know. I can't think of anything healthy.
How many healthy flours I've used? You need to have your New Year's resolution sorted also. So I've used millets so often, right? I've used all sorts of flours. Here I'm using water chestnut flour. Singhade ka atta. Yes, it's very easily available in India. And this flour is very rich in fiber. It helps water retention in your body, the problem of water retention in the body. It helps in weight loss. It's a great source of energy. So what are you going to do to this chestnut flour, this water chestnut flour? You're going to add a little pinch of salt, eggs, baking powder, vanilla essence, butter, milk, raw sugar. Everything goes in together into a mixer grinder. You have this fabulous batter. You just let it rest for 5 minutes and then you make waffles out of it in a waffle machine. If you don't have a waffle machine, you can just make pancakes out of it. Then you serve it with fruit, some whipped cream, just a drizzle of honey or maple syrup, and you have a great start to the day.
Maple syrup does it for me. It's maple syrup all the way. Healthy waffles to start 2024, courtesy Chef Amrita Raichand. And now for Ask Amrita, the last section on Beyond the Plate. This is Ria. Hey Amrita, please share some interesting seafood recipes for pescatarians out here like me who love listening to Beyond the Plate.
So Ria, I'm glad you asked me for pescatarian recipes. Basically, pescatarians are those who eat seafood, who eat fish but don't eat other meats. Fish is a great source of protein. It's a great source of omega. So I highly recommend it in everybody's diet, especially in growing children's diet, because it's a real, it's a super ingredient to include. You can make tons of recipes with fish. The easiest are fish cutlets, especially if you want to give it to children who are a bit fussy. You just add a bit of sweet potato or regular potato, some spices, and turn them into cutlets. If you just like a nice grilled fish, I would highly recommend it with a lemon, caper, butter sauce. I have this recipe on my YouTube channel. You can try it out, Amrita Raichand Chef and Beyond. And I have loads of other recipes with fish that you can check out on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram.
Lovely. And now that we're done and dusted with episode number 1 of year 2024, let this be a long, wonderful year of Chef Amrita Raichand and me, Hrishi K, over the airwaves on Beyond the Plate. We come to you every Monday, 8:15 a.m. onwards on 94.3 FM, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai. And on Wednesday in a video form on the Radio 1 International YouTube channel. Bye, Amrita. Thank you.
Bye-bye, Rishi. But before I leave, I just want to remind Radio 1 listeners that please do send in all your questions, all your suggestions on what topics you want me to cover. Going forward, I'm going to take more questions. I made a little deal with Rishi and he's going to allow me to do that. We'll do a little chat on the topic of the week, but we're going to take in more of your questions and interact a lot more with you.
94.3 Radio 1.